There's a distinct feeling of relief that comes after estate planning. The documents are signed, the trusts are funded, your family is protected. Walking outside of that attorney's office, everything feels complete. And for most of your assets, it's true. Your real estate will transfer cleanly because institutions recognize legal title. Your brokerage accounts move because custodians follow probate procedures. Your bank accounts transition because global financial systems were built to handle inheritance. Traditional wealth lives inside structures that are designed to transfer after death. Bitcoin does not. Bitcoin does not care about your living trust. It does not recognize the authority of a probate court. It cannot read a letter of instruction from your attorney. The blockchain responds to exactly one thing: a valid digital signature. That's it. Now, if the person who understands the digital architecture is gone, the wealth may never move again. It won't be frozen. It won't be delayed. It won't be tied up in a multi year litigation. It will simply be gone, permanently inaccessible. That is the raw reality almost nobody explains to Bitcoin holders. Your legal estate plan may be complete, but your Bitcoin succession plan is wide open. The dangerous irony of self custody is this: the more seriously you've secured your Bitcoin, the more difficult you made it for your family to inherit. Sophisticated allocators don't leave meaningful capital sitting on centralized exchanges. You've taken responsibility, you've built layers: multi signature vaults, hardware signing devices, geographically separated backups. Every single one of those decisions was correct. Every layer reduced your day to day risks, but every layer also increased operational complexity. Now, picture your spouse, your children, or your designated trustee sitting at the table after you're gone. In front of them, a cold storage device, a list of recovery words, fragmented notes, multiple secure locations, and zero certainty. They don't know if a hidden BIP39 passphrase exists. They don't know which hardware or software version corresponds to which backup. They don't know the correct signing quorum or order of operations. Cryptography offers absolutely no forgiveness for uncertainty. There's no customer support line. There's no fraud department. There's no password reset button. A single misstep can permanently destroy access. If the wrong PIN is entered too many times, the device resets itself. If you input the wrong passphrase, the wallet may open, but it'd be completely empty with no warning or error message to flag any mistakes. Misunderstand a multi-sig configuration and millions of dollars become an unspendable ghost address on the network. Your family does not inherit your technical knowledge. They inherit the complexity. And complexity becomes a catastrophic vulnerability the exact moment you're no longer there to operate the system yourself. This is exactly why experienced trustees and family office directors are quietly becoming hyper cautious around digital asset estates. It's not because they don't value Bitcoin. It's because the operational risk is unlike anything traditional fiduciary frameworks were ever designed to absorb. Imagine a professional trustee being handed a hardware wallet, a steel seed plate, partial instructions, and millions of dollars in sovereign bearer assets. Now imagine them making one incorrect assumption during a recovery drill: a missing device dependency, an incorrect derivation path, one misunderstood step, and the assets vanish. Not stolen, just locked out. No institution can reverse the transaction. No compliance department can intervene. No court order can rewrite the state of the blockchain. That isn't standard fiduciary risk. That is an existential liability. Deep down, professional fiduciaries already understand this fundamental truth. Legal authority and technical control are not the same thing. Your paperwork can state with absolute clarity that your family owns the Bitcoin. The blockchain does not care. The blockchain only recognizes operational inputs. This is the succession gap, the profound distance between legal intent and technical execution. Standard estate planning is excellent for solving ownership. Virtually none of it solves for operations, and natively, Bitcoin is a completely operational asset. Now, when the time comes, someone still has to physically execute the technical protocol. Someone has to locate the devices, identify the wallet architectures, reconstruct the signing quorum, verify the receiving and change addresses, and broadcast the transaction. And they have to do it flawlessly, under immense pressure, in the middle of deep grief, possibly years or decades after you already set up this configuration. That is not a legal event. It's a live technical operation. Most families are completely unprepared for it. The typical patriarch quietly assumes, my family's smart or the trustee is smart and they will figure it out. But irreversible bearer assets do not tolerate assumptions. Your family cannot inherit what they cannot technically operate. The solution to this problem is not weaker security. You should never move sovereign assets back onto a centralized exchange simply because inheritance is complicated. You do not need to dismantle the robust architecture you spent years refining. What is missing is not a better setup, it's operational continuity. At Sovereign Vault Advisory, we help high net worth families and family offices build verified, resilient inheritance protocols for self custody Bitcoin, not theoretical frameworks, live operational protocols. We design a verified, highly documented succession track that seamlessly bridges your legal estate documents with the physical and cryptographic reality of private keys. We systematically map your architecture by documenting the hardware signing stack without exposing keys, defining clear multi-generation recovery paths, and identifying critical firmware and software dependencies, verifying exact signing procedures, and also creating step-by-step bulletproof operational instructions that your family can execute calmly and safely. These are not vague summaries. They are precise operational manuals. If you are no longer here, your family does not need to become cryptographic experts overnight. They simply need to follow a verified process. And when that time comes, they are not going to be left alone to face the technology by themselves. A designated technical superintendent from our firm oversees the execution process in real time. We act as the technical guardrails, reviewing each step, identifying configuration anomalies, preventing catastrophic entry mistakes, and ensuring no irreversible action occurs without absolute verification. Let me be completely clear about our parameters. We never hold your keys, we do not take custody of your assets, and we never weaken your individual sovereignty. Your security model remains entirely under your control. What we provide is the missing layer of continuity, because the real systemic risk was never Bitcoin itself, The real risk was allowing yourself to remain the single point of failure inside your own system. Now, if this breakdown made you uncomfortable, it's a healthy reaction. Most sophisticated Bitcoin investors spend years protecting their capital from external risks, but almost no time preparing their families to inherit it safely. You spent your life building sovereign wealth, but if your family cannot access it when it matters most, the architecture is fundamentally unfinished. I'm Caleb Hamill, and if you would like to identify the operational gaps in your current configuration, reach out to us directly. We will review your current architecture under strict confidentiality and determine whether your estate plan actually functions operationally, not just legally. Bitcoin does not care what your paperwork says. It only cares about technical inputs. Let's ensure your family can actually access the Bitcoin and inherit your Bitcoin legacy. Visit sovereignvaultadvisory.com to learn more.